You might think that you're late, but you ain't late. You might think that you're early, but you ain't early. Today's video, we're gonna talk about how you maximize the time that you do have. Because all progress is better than no progress, baby. Make sure that you like and subscribe. This might be the greatest altcoin cycle of all time, and you don't wanna miss it. Let's get it. Literally a liquidity rotation that happens every cycle in cryptocurrency. Goes from Bitcoin to Ethereum, then the high cap altcoins, right? Anything that's over 1 billion in valuation or higher, those usually pump first. Then we get into mid caps, small caps, and micro caps. And I talked about this almost a year ago, how the main focus should have been getting as much capital that you need, right? You know what I mean? If you had to sell old items, if you had to pick up an extra job, if you had to create content, doing what it took to have the necessary capital to deploy in the market. Because most people fail because they run out of money and they run into time capitulation. So, you know, over in this channel, we use real world events, things that really happen. And what's crazy is I talked to somebody yesterday before I did the live stream, and they were saying, man, I bought Shiba Inu before this and that, basically put $100 in the Shiba Inu. And if they would have kept it, it'd have probably been worth $20,000, $30,000, right? Unfortunately, they sold once they made $1,000. Reason that most people won't make the money that they want to make in crypto is because they won't hold long enough, right? We encourage with people over here on this channel to take profits, but you also have an understanding of your profit-taking strategy in the bear market is totally different from your profit-taking strategy in the bull run, right? So in the bull run, and I've talked about this before when trading meme coins, right? When everything's bullish and everything's euphoric, people tend to hold their crypto longer, which normally when we go for 3x to 10x, now we're talking about holding from 50x to 100x. So patience is a virtue. Things are running up fast. So you want to also be aware that crypto corrections can happen. And every bull run, there's always 20%, 30% corrections. This is no different. The only difference is that we have institutions, which are the biggest manipulators in the industry, right? So we can celebrate about institutions bringing in the liquidity, but the key to winning in cryptocurrency is getting in before the institutions. You also want to make sure you keep your emotion as low as possible. You never want to get too high and you never want to get too low. Always stay grounded, stay steady. I read a book like 10 years, I almost said 20 years, like 10, 15 years ago, right? It was called The Greatest Salesman in the World by O.G. Mendina. I don't know, I don't know. I don't want to say Mend. O.G.M. I don't know his last name. But the biggest thing that, some of the things that they said in that book was, motivational quotes like live every day like it's your last. Whenever you get overconfident, put your hands out and try to stop the wind. You can't stop the wind, so you have to stay humble, right? And that's the key to crypto. Staying humble, staying grounded, and kind of like riding the wave out. But you want to have your goals in line with your exit strategy and even the time that you want to enter from the time that you want to exit. So proper preparation prevents a poor performance. There's a lot of good cryptos that's pumping right now. And if you're new coming into crypto, make sure that you focus on charts if you're new that haven't pumped, right? Because in the bull run, as long as a cryptocurrency project has strong fundamentals, as long as a meme coin has a culture or community built around it, some tokens take a little bit longer to pump. Some tokens just lag the market. So just because your token isn't pumping right now doesn't mean in the next week, 2 weeks, or a month that your token won't be pumping. So sometimes you have to just stand the test of time. I can't express to you guys how many times that I've sold too early or made a pivot out of a cryptocurrency and then it pumped, right? Or I didn't sell and I knew I should have sold and it dumped. So learn from your experiences. If this is your first time in crypto, you got to understand that you can possibly lose a lot of money. Everybody's first bull run, it's kind of like school, the school of hard knocks. So your first bull run, unless you get lucky, you learn from your mistakes and you use your experience as an opportunity to pick up as much knowledge as possible. The next thing I want to focus on is diversification. Understanding what narratives and how to invest into strength in the market. Of course, nothing that we talk about here on this channel is financial advice, but from the last year, 2 years that I've been studying crypto, it's kind of clear that the top narratives have been things like artificial intelligence, AI, gaming, tokens, and of course, meme coins with strong communities built around it. So find you a good community, get involved, study AI, the big data market, the liquidity that will be rolling into the artificial intelligence sector in any asset class. And most importantly, believe and have conviction, right? Invest into things that you believe in, right? You don't want to never have to have second thoughts or wane against your conviction in the project. If you don't have conviction, then it's most likely time for you to move on to something that you do have conviction. The next thing is not over diversifying yourself. Find you 5 to 10 good tokens, right? If you can find 5 that you believe in, that way your money, right, it evolves a lot more thicker and quicker than someone that's over diversified. So if you got 20, 30 tokens, that's just entirely too much, right? You can pretty much buy a strong token in each of the strongest sectors: AI, memes, gaming, RWA, and DPIN, and be set, right? And of course, always leverage against your portfolio, in my opinion, this is my opinion, by having a little bit of Bitcoin. Bitcoin holds 60% of the market dominance. So if you got Bitcoin, when Bitcoin pumps, your bags pump. If you got good blue chips, when blue chips pump, your bag pumps. And you have some really, really strong micro caps. In more cases than not, those micro caps will outperform your entire portfolio. But the key is, and the thing is that people don't understand, is that you don't have to have a lot of allocation in micro caps. You can literally have 1 to 2% of your portfolio in micro caps, and they outperform your entire portfolio. The blue chips and the Bitcoin is not designed to make you a crypto millionaire, but it's designed to give your portfolio stability, right? You have to have stability in your portfolio to be able to garner or, stand the test of time through any volatility, right? So the market, I'm not surprised, will correct. I'm happy because everybody in crypto can agree that when cryptocurrency is pumping, we all feel under allocated, right? And when it's dumping, we all feel like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. So don't get emotional, guys. This correction, if it even is a correction, is well needed. Bitcoin just had its highest week ever. Bitcoin just had its highest day ever. Institutions are flocking in and having FOMO, and soon retail will follow. I'm seeing huge influencers talk about crypto. I'm seeing NFL players like Russell Okong talk about crypto.
I'm watching Bitcoin break 86K right now, and I want to tell you, it's never too late. And there's something I want to share with you. Normal is a trap. Normal is death. Normal is the enemy of greatness. And you, my friends, were never meant to be normal. Bitcoin is going to change the lives of millions of people. It's inevitable, and it's happening right now.
Players in the sports are now working to get paid in crypto, paid in Bitcoin, their allocations in Bitcoin, and all retail was all on crypto Twitter talking about Bitcoin at 90K, right? So if you're new and you're watching this video, I do apologize to you. You're not early, but I will say this, you're not late. This is the part of the phase where people just come in, get lucky, and become a crypto millionaire, because this is the most parabolic phase of the cycle, right? We're in what they would call the banana zone. Normally around election time, we get quantitative easing. We get loosened monetary policy as the Fed cuts, and not just the Fed. China cut, Japan cut, ECP cut, and also out here in the States cut. And last but not least, classic, these cuts, what they do in this influx into liquidity, what it does is it allows everyone to feel more richer, right? Your savings account, retirees get more money, right? It's easier to get loans, right? Everything is a little bit easier. That's why they call this time of the market easy mode. So strap your boots on, get ready for the most parabolic stage in crypto. Let me know in the comments what altcoins you are buying. I love reading the comments. Consider our Discord if you want to get exclusive content and plays before anybody else. Join our community council.